Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. I see average looking men with good looking women all the time. Now y'all say, oh God, here Rom go again. Well, you know what? I check out a lot of stuff. I just don't always post on somebody's channel. And there's some people I might check out an occasional video of theirs. They might not know I even know they exist. I just don't say nothing on their channel because I prefer to let people talk. And I especially check out the pages of a lot of people who would be considered incel or TFL or something like that. And just the comments, right? I check the comments more. You actually get a better idea because each YouTube creator really has a community. And the people who usually going to comment are people in line most of the time with what the comment is saying, right? And one of the comments I've seen on several of these pages, and I got to say, I'll check out random stuff and not necessarily ones for black men either. I'll check out white or Asian, whoever, right? And it's this notion that unless you look like a Chad or Tyrone, drop dead handsome or something, and got to be over 6 feet and all that, and just looking like a male model, that you ain't gonna get a good looking woman. Right? And notice I said, but it's some bullshit. And notice I said good looking woman, right? Because, sometimes these guys be on the beautiful women and all of that. I'm like, if you're talking about those women that most guys look at and consider them a dime, they're not that plentiful. Unless you in certain parts of California, they're not that plentiful. Even if you go to other countries, they're not that plentiful. Dudes be going, just as an aside, dudes be going down to Brazil or something, but I talk to some dudes go down there, they say, nah, all of them don't look like that, So anyway, right? But the issue is because they'll say they never see an average looking man with a good looking woman. Now I see if they say an ugly man, right? I see that. I'm like, but then if you think about it, how many dudes out there, usually if somebody is considered ugly out here, they usually have some serious deformity or something. So really, if you think about it, most dudes in a woman's eyes are going to be considered average looking, either average looking or very attractive, physically attractive, right? But I always see that. See, one thing to consider, there's way more beautiful women than there are these great looking men. So the math, and now, somebody said, well, they all lined up for him. A lot of these men who look a certain way, who look so great, first of all of them ain't trying to be players. So how they have harems? They ain't automatically trying to be players. See, it's usually somebody who's not in that boat thinking, because they thinking if they were in that position, they would, chase a bunch of women. It's like, I know a lot of these guys. Because, see, a lot of these guys, they monogamous for whatever reason. I know a couple of model type guys, they very, religiously devout. They ain't saying they perfect. If they do cheat or something, be just with one other woman. But for the most part, they only going to deal with one woman. Forget, a lot of dudes seem to forget some people have some, whatever reason, they ain't chasing a bunch. They ain't trying to be players, right? So, that cuts them out. A whole lot of those so-called good-looking dudes, well, they playing for the other team. they ain't checking out women, all right? And women will say that too. That's something women will ask on social media. If they see a really good-looking dude, they be like, is he on our team? Or does he like women? And they be wanting receipts and shit. Show me he likes women. So, that's really what women mean when they say there's a shortage of good men. They really mean good looking. So because of that, right, they still got vaginas that work. They still get those twitches. They still got to deal with a guy. So they will deal with an average looking man. They don't have a choice to, right? They don't really have a choice. Right? You get maybe a couple crazy ones who say, nah, it's Rick Fox or Boris Cujo or Bus. I've actually met them, and They usually are crazy. Yeah, a certain troll gonna be pissed off I said that. Anyway, right? But most dudes who gonna be with an attractive woman, right, are going to be considered average looking. Because women know they can't stick with like that strict, oh, he gotta be this and that and still expect to find a mate. Women are way more pragmatic. So, but the title of this joint was, I see average looking men with good looking women all the time. Because I know somebody hear what I say, I don't believe it. Show me some pictures and stuff. Look, take your ass out the house. Take your ass out the house. You know what? First of all, I've known several women who would be considered, I say 8 and above, because dimes are rare. Even the one dime, the dude was kind of ordinary looking. The one she got, the couple dimes. The dudes they with, one was just real. He was tall, but she was tall too, and he was slim. I mean, I don't know what other people. I don't think modeling companies be knocking down his door. I put it like that, right? Because it's hard for me to actually judge another man. But hell, don't matter. She liked him, but I know several personally, and here's the rub, because a lot of people get into the whole alpha fucks and beta bucks thing, right? There's some truth there, but at least with the ones that I know, all of them under the age, all of them, at least I've met most of them when they're under the age of 25. See, keep in mind, y'all have no idea what I've done outside of this. And I'll just say I was typically in environments. I'll just say I was in environments where I got to encounter or work with a lot of women. Right? I was always in that type of environment. You know, no matter where I worked, there was always a lot of women around. So I've known several women who under the age of 20, like when they supposed to be chasing Chad or Tyrone or whoever, and they just dealing with ordinary cat. And you can't say it's the money. How many cats under the age of 30 got a lot of money? And here's the funny thing. A lot of these guys, they weren't like super muscular or anything. I mean, some were. But it's kind of a funny dynamic. Usually the guys who got that super muscular and super handsome stuff be with ordinary ass women. I might not get judged a bit, but I could look at them women and be like, damn, dude, that's you? Oh, snap. You know, no homo, but you look like you could do better. I mean, damn. Seriously. But that's another conversation. But no, I see it all the time. Because, when I started seeing it, I started thinking, well, hold up. How often do I see that? It's like, then I started thinking names. Like, I tell you, yeah. I started thinking names and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, her dude wasn't even that, her dude was like not that tall, because they weren't taller than me, and I'm 5'11", but they were like, had some meat on their bones and stuff. In fact, where I live, I see it so much. I see like a real petite, fine woman with a, like young girl, with kind of a big burly type of dude, not necessarily fat, but just burly, stocky. So much, I'm like, sometimes I be thinking about, damn, I don't know, maybe I need to rethink telling dudes to go to the gym. I'm actually serious about that. I'm like, it's weird. I don't know if it's just this area. It might just be this area. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all seen it other places. But in this area, you'll see a fine-ass woman with a big dude. And they young, so you know the money factor ain't there yet. You know, if it is ever there, because the ones I knew, the men, if they were working, they were blue collar. They probably ain't gonna make that much going through life. They weren't in college, anything like that. So I'm just like, I see it all the time. And if a person listening and they say, well, I don't see it, go to a mall, man. Depending on, unless you live in like just some rural county where there ain't nothing happening, and that's a possibility. Take your ass to if you live in any big city, you go to any mall, you gonna see it. Like, people know I'm in the Baltimore area. I mean, I go to White Marsh Mall or Towson Town Center, and I be seeing just regular cats. You know, they ain't tall. They ain't taller than me. You know, maybe the women think their face is fine. I don't know. But they just look like regular cats. They don't nothing out about them stand out. But I could tell from the body language, you know, that they women feeling them. You know, and I see this all the time to the point I'm starting to wonder. Well, I started wondering. I ain't gonna say started. I'm gonna say I'm realizing a lot of dudes just not getting out there. And, it's kind of funny. Like, I've had some dudes in the past, they'll say, well, Rom, or Uncle Rom, you don't know what's going on out there. Yeah, I do. Told you, I got friends under the age of 30. A lot of them. Plus, I get coaching clients under the age of 30. Even a few teenagers. In college and whatnot. So anything I don't see, boom, I pick it up. Plus, I got teenage sons. They still in high school. Especially like my oldest and stuff. I'm like, it's quiet ass. Fine ass women. I know I'm gonna have some fine ass grandkids. Shit. They gonna look good because pretty women be talking. Well, that one ugly one, but pretty women be talking to my oldest, youngest too. And be like, both of them quiet. Well, oldest is quiet. The other one, he a social butterfly. But you know my point though. I see it all the time. That's my main point with this. Not talk about my family, but main point, I see it all the time, man. So, like, prove it to yourself. Go to a mall. If you one of those dudes you say you never see it, tell me which malls you go to, where you hang out at. And notice I said average looking. I mean, yeah, the ugly thing, but that's hard. I give you that. But then how many dudes out here gonna like have those type of looks? And even then, even sometimes, every now and then, you'll see that. All right? And you know what? I'm going to get into in my next podcast, I'm going to get into why you will see stuff like that. Because a lot of guys are running around out here clueless. Or, you know what? They telling themselves, oh, I can't get a fine woman or something because I look like this or because of my height. Look, I be seeing fine women with dudes 5'8", 5'9", barely taller than them. I've talked to some of these young girls. They like, look, as long as they got to look up a little bit, they don't have to look up a lot. Now, you get some, they want them tall, but some of them if you just an inch above them, they good. They good. They just want somebody. And I'll get into the next one why you'll see this in just relationships, period. All right? A dynamic that a lot of people don't talk about. And I've touched upon it before because, as the esteemed Glendon Cameron said, and y'all need to check out Glendon Cameron. That brother's top of the line. But as he said, he's known me of me way before I got on YouTube. And he said my message hasn't changed in 10 years. So, I've always been saying it. But I'm going to break it down for y'all tomorrow, all right? Anyway. That's all I got for today. Talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.